Hi everyone, and welcome back to News from the Nations. We're so happy to have you here, whether you're watching live on our Facebook or our YouTube channel. My name is Heather and I'm the marketing manager here at Children of the Nations. Now, News from the Nations is a monthly broadcast for Children of the Nations that premieres on the second Wednesday of every month, where we share news and updates and inspiring stories with you. Our mission is to help raise children who transform their nations in 5 countries. We help 5,000 children every day in our programs, and we impact 23,000 people every year through our medical clinics, summer camp, and Jesus Film. While you're here, I want to invite you to follow us on our Facebook, our Instagram, our YouTube, and our LinkedIn. And if you're a regular here at News from the Nations, welcome back. If this is your first time watching, welcome. We're so happy to have you here. We have 2 chat hosts today. We have Nate and we have Kelly. They're there to answer your questions, connect with you on stories, so say hi to them now in the chat room. Finally, before we get started, I want to invite you to share News from the Nations with your friends and family right now so that they can see all the great stories we have for you today. So without further ado, let's get into today's episode of News from the Nations. Welcome back to News from the Nations. This is a live weekly broadcast sharing the impact being made in the 5 countries where we serve. We're so happy to have you here. Again, my name is Heather. Now in the chat room below, I want to know if you have ever been to one of the countries where we serve: Uganda, Sierra Leone, Malawi, Dominican Republic, or Haiti. So for today's episode, we are sharing videos from our children, sharing good news, and showing you what daily life looks like for them in their countries, as well as how they have been staying safe and busy during the pandemic. So to kick things off, we are going to hear from Fatima in Sierra Leone, and she is going to show us all how she does her laundry by hand. Check it out.
Hello, welcome to Children of the Nation, Sierra Leone. My name is Fatima Bangura. Auntie Helen there, she's my auntie. She's preparing the food for tomorrow morning. And before I start, I'm going to show you how I do my laundry work every day. So this bowl here you are seeing, I normally use it to wash my things. I'll rub the soap like this and pour it on the cooking board. So I do it this way. And after doing that, if I see that the skirt is not clean, I will take the brush again and use it to scrub it so that it will get clean. So after doing that, I squeeze the skirt. After squeezing, I put it into the rinsing water and then I start rinsing it. After rinsing it, I squeeze it again and I go and hang it. So let me show you the place where I hang my things. So this is the place where I normally hang my things so that it will get dry. Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us today, Fatima. Next up, we have a story for you coming all the way from Uganda. We are going to hear from Monica and see the fruits of their labor after planting tomatoes in their garden this past May. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Monica, a sponsored child from Sierra Leone, Uganda. We planted our tomatoes in May and we have harvested it. We are selling a basin at 10,000 Uganda shillings, and that is equivalent to 2.8 US dollars. And this is our customer. Briefly, I would like to teach you something how to grow tomatoes. You first start by putting it to the nursery bed for 3 weeks. After, you transfer it to the main garden, and we maintain it by spraying, weeding, pegging, pruning, and so on. Bye. Love you.
Thank you, Monica. We love sharing these encouraging stories with you from in-country, especially as we have all been living with our new normal during this pandemic. Now we have another young lady here with us today to share how she has been staying safe and using her hand sanitizer during the coronavirus.
I want to thank the International Office for sponsoring the food-operated hand washing facilities. I really thank you very much because you're helping us to prevent COVID-19. And I also thank the administration for buying for us the hand sanitizers because it's really helping us. And I also thank all the students for keeping a social distance of 2 meters in the dormitory. And I also thank you for keeping your hygiene. You're really helping us very much. I also thank all the teachers who are telling us all the effects of COVID-19 and everything to prevent COVID-19. Like as you see right now, it's a hand sanitizer. When you just touch anything, you have to sanitize in order to prevent COVID-19.
Finally, we have a clip from Ivalika from the Dominican Republic sharing a bit about her life and thanking you for the supplies that were provided through generous support. Check it out.
Hola, me llamo Ibelaika, soy de República Dominicana. Este pueblo se llama El Bate y Altagracia. Estoy aquí con niños de las naciones porque Dios quiso y porque Dios lo decidió. Le voy a contar mi historia. Mi historia es, me gusta jugar con mis amigas, con algunos amiguitos. Mi color favorito es rosado. Me gusta comer mucho morito, como le dije en el otro. Y también cuando yo sea grande, quiero ser policía. Gracias por todo lo que han hecho en República Dominicana y por los niños. Cuídense bien por este coronavirus. Amén y amén.
I hope you are feeling encouraged and inspired this morning after hearing and seeing what life looks like from the children in our countries. If you want to know how you can get involved and change a child's life, I encourage you to sponsor a child today. Sponsorship completely changes the life of a child and gives them the opportunity for a new future. The national leadership in each of our countries creates programs to ensure that the children can live a transformed life and that they can meet the individual needs of each child. This can include things like clean water access in each community, nutritious food, full-time Christian education, full-time medical care, and this helps break the cycle of poverty and helps them to rise up to be new leaders in their countries. Thank you so much for sharing this time with us at News from the Nations. Before I sign off on today's episode, I have one last fun video to share with you all. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next month on News from the Nations. Bye.